Ora verame che non lo so, era tu bene bigoliu, vedo vive a con te partirò. To all my family who told me I'll never make it, look at me now. So after that performance, I think it would be a good idea to demystify my title of Find Your Purpose. So if that sounds a bit too airy-fairy, I've got what makes me feel alive. There's another version. And if that's still a bit too fluffy, what should I do with my time, right? So at this rate, I hope I can engage with the whole audience. Finding your purpose is about cultivating your uniqueness. And we only have one life. So there's one you with one life. Why live a life without meaning and without purpose? Why not live a meaningful, fulfilling life that makes us feel awesome? The next myth that I wish to get rid of is that like your job does not equal your purpose. This has been driven by capitalism, and it's actually putting a lot of pressure on both employees and employers to find all this purpose from your job, which nowadays looks a bit like that. And this is about so much more than work and your job, and so will this talk be. It's about self-actualization. So I've put together my take on a purpose model, which is made up of 3 pillars. So the first pillar is what you love doing. So think about that and just like sort of gauge your life on how much of your time is spent doing things that you love. The next pillar is what are the things that you are best at. I guess you're gonna start to see where this singing opera intro starts to make sense. And the third pillar that really pulls it all together is how can you help others? And at the center of this model comes purpose. And when you live a life in purpose, you are incredibly inspiring, empowering, and also you have freedom because you have self-actualized. And that comes through impact, inspiration, and innovation. So do not try and find your purpose in what other people think is your purpose, or what other people think you love to do, or what society says you should do. So if you force yourself into decisions, be it career decisions, relationships, that are not aligned with your purpose, you will start to feel this through symptoms, even physical symptoms like stress and anxiety, and those could go into your immunity, and these are like cries for, I shouldn't be doing this. Now, let's not over-idealize it. Nothing is always all great and gravy all the time, right? There are some hard times in everything. The voluntary self-sacrifice, this is it's a Carl Jung principle where when the sacrifice has meaning, it stops being a sacrifice. So what is there that is more important than you, that you can dedicate your life to? And it shouldn't feel like you're sacrificing. Being in your purpose is not depleting, it's energizing. Find something that is more important than you. You get into a state of flow, especially when the challenge meets with the demand, right? So when it's equally challenging and rewarding, you get into a state of flow, and often you lose track of time. And I know I feel it often, and I hope that through some exercises, maybe I can help you feel it a bit too. But if it's not for you, that's totally cool. So you might want it, you might not. I'm not trying to push purpose or passion on anyone. If you're like on the side of the people who don't really care and don't want to go through these exercises, all I ask from you is you do an anti-vision board. So take my model, reverse it and try and stop doing things that you hate, things that you suck at, and things that hurt other people. Is that the least I can ask? I've got a couple of exercises to help us maybe increase our score on those 3 pillars. So what do you love doing? It's really effective to think back to those childhood memories that filled you with happiness. Children are the masters of play. So if this is one of the areas where you'd like to improve and do more of the things you love, put yourself back there. Remember those things that made you really happy as a kid and just explore that space. Exercise 2. Imagine you only have 2 years left to live and you've been told in 2 years you're dead. At that point, money becomes no object. What are you gonna do with those 2 years? And lastly, experiment and journal. So try new things outside of your comfort zone. Try to pick up an instrument, do dance class, art, read, sing. And write down every moment that you feel a real true burst of joy. And find those patterns in your journal. Writing is a really powerful tool. Number 2, what are you best at? Remember those proud moments in your life that stand out. Celebrating wins gives you that feeling of winning, but there are those moments when you're like, wow, I did that. That made me feel good. Write down your 3 proudest moments. Ask your circle of champions. So your circle of champions is like the people around you that inspire you, that you trust, that you are motivated by, that like bring value to your life. So ask them, what am I best at? What are some of my strengths? And thirdly, invest in yourself. The most secure return on investment in the world is investing in yourself. Never stop learning. You never know it all. And lastly, how can you help others? What's your problem? By that I mean, what is the problem that you would like to contribute towards solving in this world? We can't all solve all problems, but what's your problem? What is your legacy gift to the world? Right? This could be a song, it could be some tech, it could be art, it could be a TED Talk, a keynote, it could be anything. What's your legacy? What do you want to give to the world? And lastly, volunteer strategically. So there's so many opportunities and so many people need help. So many like NGOs are really like not good at things that are really easy for you, right? And I've learned this. So just volunteer in a strategic way that helps you to figure out how you can help others, right? I'm a very proud member of the Academy of Givers, which is a community that connects NGOs with businesses and entrepreneurs. If you are looking for a way either how to get help or give help and do it in a way that really has true impact, I really recommend the Academy of Givers. It's a beautiful place. And let's make an impact. Let's be inspirational and let's innovate. And let's make this world a better place. This is a sketchbook of mine. I just want to give one example of me being in this element. I can build websites, I can sell stuff online, I can grow communities, I can connect people with products, and I can tell a story. So I wrote out this thing at about 4 in the morning, sprung out of bed. So this again goes into the model. Don't do what you suck at. So I got an artist to take care of the art, thankfully. But that was my version of it. Georgia and I started a foundation called We Art Love. We went over to the Philippines. Superstar Christian Palmer, artist, flew over from Australia, and we created art with these beautiful kids that have close to nothing, but boy oh boy did they have passion. And the project was Little Hearts from within the community, and Chris really expertly navigated. I mean, when these kids saw crayons, it was like, wow, man, it's like Cristiano Ronaldo walks in the room, you know? And this beautiful artwork has had a truly huge impact and been of big inspiration and innovation. So here we have innovation, inspiration, and impact. And these are the pieces. They sell for 120 euros. You won't believe what that does for the kids. 120 euros. With that, a kid goes to either school for 6 months, they have food for 6 months, or they have healthcare for 6 months. And we're currently at 367 weeks of support through this platform. So it's possible. We've grown beyond that one project, and Zach Ritchie in the room. Zach jumped on board, and now we have 5 artists with 5 art collections and 5 foundations doing really beautiful things in the world, and they're all being supported through We Art Love and this platform. So I took stock of my life. I like to do what I ask people to do. But yeah, that's my life. I hope you think I'm good at Soho Talks. But I put that as good. This is another one of my wild ideas where you can watch all of the Soho Talks. But on Mind Lounge is one of my inventions. It makes me so happy, creating things that can inspire and have impact. That is my purpose, and I hope you find yours.